Welcome back, my name's Andrew. What I'd like to do today is I'd like to introduce the Euromodels brand. This is Mercury, the Russian brig, 20 gun brig. This is a kit that has been developed in collaboration with Amati, you can see their logo here, and Euromodels, our logo here. All the Euromodels range of kits are designed by a guy called Chris Watton. He is a world-renowned model maker and model boat designer. As far as I know, he's still working for and on behalf of Amati and Euromodels and ourselves. But this is one of the later kits in the Euromodels range. Now, what I'd like to do today is do a little bit of an unboxing so you get a feel for the quality of not only the box, although it's not that important, a lot of modelers may say, but I always think it is. It gives you some idea when it comes to the quality of the components within the box. You can also get a good idea of colours and shades and how you would like to present your model when it's finished. Okay, now we'll get to taking the lid off this beautiful model. I'd like to show just a little bit more of the box art, if I may, and I'll just quickly show you around the edges and the ends of the box. Obviously this kind of thing you could do very easily if you were standing in a model shop on the right side of the counter, but of course in this day and age with online selling, this just helps, we hope, that you can actually get a better view of what you're getting for your money. Okay, that's the lid of the box done. Right, first thing you'll note as we get the box open is a pack of instructions and a pack of plans, well, both included in the one pack. You'll also see various things that have to remain flat in transit. A nice set of flags, as you can see, all beautifully printed on silk, and underneath that you've got some coloured materials for various things like backing of windows and inside certain areas where you would probably not want to see a great deal of light, so you can see that straight away. I'm not going to get the plan sheets out because you can get a feel for the quality of them. They're one-to-one sale plans with lots of assembly detail drawings within, just to make it a little bit more obvious how the whole thing goes together. Okay, I'll show you the back side of that as well. As you can see, that's nicely shown sheet, a laser cut sheet that you can see below. Okay, so we'll move on from that and we'll get into now the laser cut part of the kit. Now, all the kits manufactured by Amati and Euromodels are all laser cut. Now, it's important to mention this. Various companies do cutting in different ways. Some companies use what they call a CNC routing process. Amati don't like that for a variety of reasons. One, it's not as accurate as cutting with a laser. Two, you end up with lots of swarf and mess within the kit that you don't really want. The last thing you want to do before you start modelling is to tip a load of sawdust out that has been left in the box and the bags from production. As you can see, this gives you some idea of the quality of the laser cutting process, and you can see it's also laser etched the top here to emulate planking. You can leave this or you can actually plank on top. It's a very good guide to where you put your planks later on. Okay, that will be in a birch birch plywood, my apologies. This is a walnut ply, again all laser cut for you with a deck detail as well. Various other detailed parts, as you can see, up for the bow there, attaches to the keel, rudder, various other parts on there. Here we go again, we get to some really detailed parts, fighting tops, other such items, cleats, and here we go. This will be for the rear transom and various other parts within on the model. Now, this sheet here is an important sheet to talk about because you'll notice that out there in today's market there are lots of kits produced in different ways, and what the Marty have decided to do in some of their later kits is use an MDF material. Now, it's important to mention this, but the most important part of one of the virtues of using MDF is it doesn't warp. It's an extruded man-made product. So if you look here, this will be absolutely dead flat. The problem with some of the plywood materials, or plywood as a material, it's only as good as it's manufactured, and as you know, it's a laminate that's glued and pressed and held together. Plywood can warp, and the last thing you want is any warpage, particularly when you come to things like the keel and the bulkheads and what have you. They all have to be absolutely dead flat and straight and true, so that's really important. Okay, we'll put that to one side. Now we'll get a bit further in. There's more laser cut detail parts here, both in birch ply and walnut ply, and these actual parts are in solid walnut, all laser cut again. Right, on top of that you have a selection of beautifully detailed photo etched brass parts, and I'll just quickly flick through these so you get an idea for the complexity and the quality of the photo etching process. Really very good, as you can see. Dead eye links and hooks there. Various other dead eye straps, window parts, oars, and various other parts, all very nicely produced in a photo etched brass. Underneath here is another pack that's important to show, which we'll get to in a moment, but you can see, self-explanatory really, it's a complete set of photo etched copper hull parts that are required if you wanted to copperize the bottom part of the hull. Some people don't like to do that and prefer to paint. It's entirely up to the modeller, but they're in the kit and included in the kit if you so wish. These boxes now show, or these assembly boxes show various parts. These are more laser cut parts and all the rigging cord for masting and spars. Here again you see various detail parts, anchors and various other parts, fittings that go on the kit, cannons and carronades and what have you, barrels and buckets. And here we go again, that's the third one, little fittings trays. As you can see, fairly self-explanatory, dead eyes and blocks, some more photo etched parts and some grating. Okay, now we'll get on to these parts again in 1mm birch ply, laser cut for accuracy. These are the gun port surrounds. These would take the place of the first layer of planking, just to make life a hell of a lot easier rather than trying to plank cut out gun ports afterwards. It's all done for you. You plank up to and then overlap a little bit and then cut back. Nice and easy building process for you. Just pop that back, keep that nice and flat and true. Right, here we are. We're now into the planking section. A variety of woods used here. Lime wood strips for the main planking, for the first planking of the hull. And then we go on to various, this will be for the walnut strips for the second planking of the hull. And then we've got various other lengths of not only lime and walnut, but we've also got beech in there. We'll also have some mahogany as well. Planking strips, very fine planking strips. And then here you've got a combination of more planking strips. Also we have the lime dowel for the masting and the sparring. And then some more planking strips here. But good quality throughout, as you can see. There's planking and there's planking. The last thing you want when you want to start planking a period model boat kit is to be sanding down the edges or trying to clean up the edges of your cut wooden strips. You don't need to do that with the Marty products or Victory Models products. They're beautifully cut. There's no frayed edges. As you can see, I'm running my hands over. There's no splinters. Beautifully produced. Quality is what it's about with these kits from start to finish. So I'm hoping that's given you a fairly good overview of this particular product. You can see a lot of thought and went into this. It builds up to a very, very beautiful model indeed, and it's available online at our www.euromodels.co.uk. or you can telephone us, and you can, if you have any more queries regarding components, or if you need any help or assembly tips, we're always on hand to offer that as well. So please feel free to get in touch. We'll be only too happy to help you if we can. Just try and put this back nicely. There we go. Hopefully that gives you some more of an insight into the Euromodels Mercury 20 gun brig. Thank you.